Thank you, Paul. Good afternoon to all the guests, and very excited to be here to launch the much-awaited health insurance offerings for Oona Insurance in the Philippines. In the next few minutes, I'll spend or double-click what exactly have we built, what was our thought process, and how do we believe this is going to be a change maker for the Philippines market from a health insurance standpoint. So I think you heard Joan talking about it, you heard Mr. Denoy talking about it as well. The financial vulnerability with respect to the out-of-pocket expenses. That's the big key headline that everybody needs to keep in mind. That was top of mind when we were building our propositions for health insurance. But if you double click, what exactly is the underlying reason and what's driving this out-of-pocket expenses? And I think one of the key reasons to start with, four of them listed here, and I'll go one by one. The starting point is medical inflation, right? If you look at the medical inflation in the Philippines, it's perhaps one of the fastest growing or not growing for the wrong reasons. It's running at about 20% right now. Wage inflation would be about 3 to 4% if you're lucky, compared to medical inflation in the market, which is at the moment running at about 18 to 20%, driving high out of pocket for the Filipinos here. The second and third, I think, are very, very fundamental to way customers or Filipinos think about health. We all know we have Phil Health available to all of you guys. For all those who are working, we have HMOs available to you guys. But unfortunately, when it comes to Phil Health or HMOs, there are limitations. There are limitations when it comes to the scope of cover for Phil Health, to limitations in terms of the limits, what is being covered by HMOs, which is again driving the out-of-pocket spend that you saw at a whooping 45% in the Philippines. And then, of course, I talked to the fact on how everybody is looking to private healthcare, right? Everybody wants the best for their families. That's something that came out during our market research. And you will see it's very much visible in terms of the expectations, rightfully so. A growing economy that Philippines is, and you look at the affordability, disposable incomes in the market. Now, the disposable income is going to grow at about 4x in the next 5 years. That means Filipinos will have the propensity to spend on what matters, which is health, necessarily, and hence the need for an adequate health insurance for their families. Further, what's helping the market very unique to Philippines is, one of the key drivers of the economy is the OFW remittances. As these remittances grow, the affluence increases. Of course, everybody wants to protect their loved ones. You are seeing the need for OFWs looking for better healthcare for their own families. And then to the left, you see as a result, in general, the health insurance market in the Philippines, it's growing much faster than the property and casualty market. And all these things together were a very strong reason for us at Oona to build and launch rather, very, very specific health insurance propositions, right? To ensure that Filipinos are ready to, protect their lives with the right solutions. And as we were thinking about it, we know the out of pocket is there. We know there is a propensity to buy. So who is our target customer, right? That's the next question. So who are we looking at? And in summary, we jot down to two specific segments, right? One is the affluent, high net worth segments, the customers who are traveling, who are looking for better health providers around the world. A lot of Filipinos do get their medical treatments in Singapore. It's known for its specialist treatments altogether. So that was the one segment that we looked at. What could we do for them? And then we had the middle income Filipinos who are looking for better coverage than what HMOs provide, necessarily, right? Which is limited, as I said. So and in both cases, no surprises, Philippines, just like everybody else, wants to look at insurance not just for themselves, but for their families as well. So with these two in mind, we have launched two specific products, and I'll start with the one which is really focused on the affluent high net worth segment. This is what we call as our Oona Global Shield product. It's literally just like the Oona, brand promise of living like boundless. It's a boundless product which allows you to actually get medical facilities anywhere in the world if you would like. We are very specifically focused on Singapore. This product does allow the Filipinos to get medical treatments, including elective treatments subject to approvals in Singapore itself. Of course, in the Philippines, no surprises, we have to make sure the customer is taken care of. We have 650 plus hospital networks and doctors, thanks to our partners, which will be made available to the customer for cashless availments. And again, every customer from a value-added benefit standpoint is looking for what's unique, what's further other than cashless. We are providing not only mental health, but one key difference, which is part of our proposition, is lifestyle. So everybody loves to travel nowadays, right? Everywhere. And we need travel insurance for it. What we have done with our product is this will come embedded with travel insurance. So when you travel abroad, for the Oona Global Shield product, the customers don't have to worry, don't have to buy another travel insurance proposition. This will take care of their travel insurance needs when they go abroad, including medical, including travel inconvenience. So it's a full-blown lifestyle proposition that we are providing to the Filipino high net worth customers and the affluent customers. And if I go to the next one, which is what we call as Oona Purple Shield, which is very much about, as I said, the middle income Filipinos who are looking to protect themselves and their families. And the same thing, the coverages are up to 5 million. Forgot to mention for Global Shield, the coverages are up to 2 million US dollars. And for our Purple Shield, it's up to 5 million pesos. And these are all tailor-made propositions that the customers can go for. If you have an HMO, you can pick up a higher deductible to reduce and make the product more affordable for yourself. And similarly, mental health and even executive health checkups are made available to both the product propositions, right? So, if I can summarize, you might think, so what's different? We might have seen these propositions all around, right? Yeah. So I think as Mylene talked about it, Ninoy talked about it, first and foremost, I think it's the digital DNA that we have. If you look at, I don't know how many of you guys have bought health insurance in the market, it's the most, I would say, painful experience so far, right? It's very paper driven, it's very, it takes a longer time in terms of turnaround by the insurance companies. We have tried to solve it largely by technology. And technology just not for our customers. This is a health insurance product. People still want to talk to someone. We are making sure when we take it to our agent partners, our bank partners, they will have technology which will enable a great sales experience for their customers and their clients. I talked about the network. It is an expansive network that we have of cashless hospitals, thanks to our partners, including telemedicine as and when required. The global access, as I talked about, the key differentiator in our global plan being availability of a Singapore-specific option at a very affordable price differentiates it very well compared to the key markets. And I'm pretty sure if you look at it holistically, right, this is a proposition which we do believe will drive the much needed penetration that the market receives and the right product propositions that the people are looking for from a health insurance standpoint. So very excited for what lies ahead, and thank you very much.